Why are romantic comedies so lovable, provoking all these feel-good emotions? According to research, watching romantic comedies is linked to having more idealistic romantic beliefs. Since the genre has grossed almost $10 billion since 1995, it's safe to say there's a strong following. But is it possible? Taking a step back, do we really learn about our real world through media? Well, it's widely accepted within academic research that we can learn about our world through our use of screen media. Screen media includes television, smartphones, film, and video gaming, to name a few. Cool. This kind of makes sense. I remember learning through computer games. Oregon Trail taught me how easy it was to die from dysentery. But how much can these films really influence our personal lives? Well, some research shows that people, and especially young people, will look for romantic media content in film and television to learn about relationships and dating. However, romantic comedies in particular influence us even more.
Wipe off.
The better?
Yeah.
To understand just how romantic comedies play into how we develop idealistic beliefs, we can think of romantic ideals in two ways. First, there are the specific, unique traits that our partners have, like being caring, sensitive, or a good listener. And second, you can think of it as a collection of overall expectations for how we think a whole relationship starts, progresses, and lasts. When we sit down to enjoy a romantic comedy, 4 feel-good themes or idealistic beliefs are likely to show up. These may look familiar. Love at first sight. One perfect soulmate.
I met my soulmate when I was 15 years old, and I have loved her every minute of every day since I first bought her that mint chocolate chip cone.
Love conquers all.
But here I am, Sarah. Fallen. And there's only one person that makes me feel like I can fly. That's you.
Idealization of the other.
I love her smile. I love her hair. I love her knees. I love this heart-shaped birthmark she has on her neck. I love the way she sometimes licks her lips before she talks. I love the sound of her laugh. I love the way she looks when she's sleeping.
Or challenges to one of these 4 themes.
You want to hang out with guys that look like the shoe bomber? It's all on you, man.
Well, what the fuck am I supposed to say to that?
This might seem contradictory, but seeing both ideals and challenges in romantic comedies is quite normal. In fact, you can pick out your favorite romantic comedy, and in most cases, what you'll notice is a common plotline. 2 people meet and are attracted to each other, romantically. They run into a challenge of some sort, and it ends in resolution, more popularly known as the happy ending. So sure, challenges happen, but they always happen for the better, reinforcing the main 4 ideals. One study found one romantic ideal occurs every 14 minutes, and one challenge occurs every 8 minutes. And romantic comedies specifically lead to a stronger endorsement of idealistic beliefs than other films, even films that have an embedded love story in them. So these messages are being received all of the time. But how is it that these romantic comedies affect the way that we look at relationships? There are 2 theorized ways that these movies affect our relationship thinking. First, the more time we spend watching screen media, the more likely we are to take on these beliefs, applying them to the real world. This is known as cultivation theory. Second, since we are small, we've learned through observing. We especially learn and emulate those things that get rewarded. This is one part of social cognitive theory, and it does apply to screen media. So what's the takeaway here? First, these effects especially influence people who intend to learn about relationships by watching these films. If you watch casually without being emotionally invested, then you won't be affected as much. So why you watch is very important. And second, research is still discovering that, like anything in the world, there are pros and cons. A pro is that idealizing our partners could lead us to have more satisfying relationships. A con is that these beliefs can also lead to unrealistic and unfair expectations of our partners. Sorry, no Ryan Gosling coming to sweep you off your feet. But more research needs to be done, especially considering that most research focuses on hetero male-female relationships. Just remember, the next time you're watching your favorite romantic comedy, your real relationship might be affected more than you think. Let me know in the comments why you think people love romantic comedies. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on this channel for more videos on what research is saying about everyday topics.